for position in 15-minute sprint races. This weekend at Gridlife Grand Circuit, we've completed 2 of 4 races. With the sun high in the sky at NCM Motorsports Park, we're gearing up for our 3rd race of the weekend, with the field lined up by their Race 2 finish position. Kyle Heyer alongside DJ Alessandrini, the FCP Hero Race HQ. Welcome to Bowling Green, Kentucky, DJ. Race 3, a little bit delayed from our Race 2 after an incident in time attack this morning, so everyone's had to wait another 15 or 20 minutes. What does that do to a driver to have to wait that extra little bit of time?
I mean, they're just all chilling, talking to each other anyways about the race and what they're going to do and what their plan is, and maybe trying to get in each other's heads, stuff like that. But I'm excited for this race. I can't wait to see what the John Allen, Aaron Lichty battle looks like. I can't wait to see how, if Eric's able to get through the couple cars in front of him. And we know that Tom, with his pace, is going to be able to get through a couple cars in front of him. Curious if we have a repeat of race 1 and 2 with Jeremy Swenson getting out in front early, and then if he can manage those street tires a little bit better. Here we see the grid getting set, and all behind this C8 pace car, beautiful looking car from Paragon Racing here at NCM Motorsports Park. Really excited. Can't wait for this race to start.
Well, let's take a look at our 3D track map this afternoon. Again, 23 turns, 3.2 miles around NCM Motorsports Park. DJ, take me through a lap around here. What does it look like from a driver's perspective to navigate this very technical circuit?
Yeah, so we're starting on the front straight. You're going to see the bright light. We're heading into the first chicane. It's 1A, 1B. Very gentle curbs on the right side, more aggressive curbs on the left side. You want to stay within the white line as we head to turn 2, increasing radius turn. You can be on power nice and early. Turn 4 is not much of a turn in GLTC car. Turn 5, one of the fastest turns on the racetrack, over 100 miles an hour. Turn 6, hard braking. You're heading down a hill, up over a hill into 8, down into the hairpin. Turn 10, Deception, one of the best passing opportunities leaving that corner, is one of the trickier corners, the trickiest corner in my opinion. 16 is a good passing opportunity around the outside. We've seen multiple drivers do it. Down into the sinkhole, up through the S's, and onto the front straight, which is another good passing opportunity here.
Great looking racetrack, and it's brand new, built in 2014. The longest straightaway, that front straight, 2,300 feet long. DJ, field rolling off. Let's have a look at our starting order for GLTC race number 3. Andy Smedgard of the 212 is going to start on the front row alongside Jeremy Swenson. Those two battled for position all the way to the final lap last time around. They're going to start first and second for race number 3. Aaron Lichty and John Allen share that second row.
Yeah, and on the third row, it's going to be Emil Tab and Luke McGrew.
Row number 4, Todd Cayley and Austin Hurdle.
And then row, am I starting at 5?
Yes. All
right, row 5, Eric Catil and Robert Mancheri.
Row 6, Andrew Rains and Chris Adams.
Row 7, Joe Morrison and Eric Jensen.
Row 8, Jeremy Boyes in the 99 RSX, Scott Bowling in the number 722 Cayman.
And then row 9, we have Tom McGorman lined up with George Oh, you guys hate me.
George Kustumbartis is the name.
Thank you, Kyle.
That was a fun one. I was waiting for that. Bo Adams at West Penn will line up in row number 10, and Marcus Luttrell. Eric Meadows in row number 11. Scott Robertson, Ron Solomon in row number 12. Josh Rubenstein, Craig Moulton, Yo Kutla, Fred Asunkow, Brad Casaima, Sean Smith, Nick Starter, Bill Griffin, Dustin Barty, Colton Wade, William Leahy. We'll round out the rest of the grid. I don't think Max Lupfer is going to make it to this one. He had some transmission issues on a downshift from 5th to 4th, so he will not make it in this race.
You know, I had the cheat sheet up on how to say people's names, and George was at the bottom of this.
I had to scroll down for it?
Yeah,
you have to scroll across to fit it in the top.
I looked over at my cheat sheet in panic, and it wasn't there, so thank you for jumping in and helping me out there.
We were joking about, I was even joking about that with him on Facebook a couple months ago before he ran at COTA, so all good. All right, we've got our field pacing now. Beautiful afternoon here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The sun is shining, the track is nice and hot, a little bit greasy. Jeremy Swenson talked to him after race number 2. He was asking me what he should do about his rear tires burning up. I said, I don't know, dude, you were leading the race, winning it. I'm down here talking about it. So you're
Swenson's the one to know. I know he was debating between switching to Hoosiers and staying on the street tires. The track has heated up a lot since the last race earlier this morning. The sun's straight up in the sky at this point. The track's going to be as hot as it's going to be almost all day. I would be surprised if he's still on the street tires. I would expect him to be on the Hoosiers. But that means Jeremy Swenson's early race advantage with just being able to just go right off the bat. The street tires come up to temp and activate very quickly. That means that advantage is gone. So now it's kind of more of a mano-a-mano battle. I still think in terms of racing, Swenson's car has the advantage just because of its low-end grunt and its top-end speed. In terms of lap time, it's going to be hard to beat Andy this weekend.
Sure is. Andy's won both races so far. We'll be starting from pole in this race. Keep an eye on one of his ASM teammates, Tom O'Gorman, starting a little bit deeper in the field, starting P17. Remember, he fought from the very tail of the grid in race 2, and it's going to continue that charge, but it gets harder from here on out, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Tom grab 17 spots again. I mean, look, if Tom he would win. Yeah, if Tom comes back from 17th and wins, maybe we should all just quit.
Maybe. He might have to do that. He's good. You can never count him out. Again, running Falcon RT660 tires on that car, so he's on the street tire. Again, in the early laps, they're really, really solid. So we'll see what Tom can do as we head over towards sinkhole again. This is where the winning pass was made on the entry to the sinkhole last time around in this right-hander, turn 18. So will that be the passing spot again? And what will the rewards weight do to Andy's car? Do you think that's going to be significant?
So I asked Andy if he thinks the weight's going to affect his car, and he really likes where the weight's in the car. It's not going to affect the balance or how it drives at all. It's literally just going to affect how heavy it is, obviously. And that's the ideal place to put your rewards weight, where it doesn't change how the car drives, because you want the car driving how you want it to drive consistently throughout the entire weekend. Now, I was asking Jeremy about that last-minute pass, and he thinks he used a little bit of a pushover. He's not going to be so much of a pushover this race.
Also, Jeremy Swenson lined up on the left. I'm surprised Andy keeps choosing the right lane. He's lost the lead both times, but he's going to be persistent. Here we go. Time to go racing. Gridlife Touring Cup race number 3 at Gridlife Grand Circuit at NCM Motorsports Park. Time to go racing. 35 cars lined up for the third of 4 races this weekend. One more race this afternoon, and green flag about to fly. And we're racing at NCM Motorsports Park. Drag race down to turn 1. The thundering Corvette leads the way once again into turn 1A and 1B.
Man, Swenson's car is just so strong off the start there. I'm not sure if he's on the street tires. The track limits are basically non-existent there in the beginning of the race. It doesn't look like anybody gained too much of an advantage there.
Todd Cayley up the inside of Luke McGrew. That's a tight spot. There's Eric Catil right in front of Andrew Rains, as well as I think that was a little tap back there as well, but a good scrap there. But Swenson free and clear again. The starts have been amazing in that purple Corvette. Tom O'Gorman's up a couple spots. He got by Scott Bowling, and now he's drag racing somebody else at the run toward turn 5.
And it looks like Todd Cayley's aggression on Luke McGrew cost him. He didn't get past Luke, and he got passed by Eric Catil. So Eric Catil up spot, Todd being the loser in that engagement.
There's Aaron Lichty in the number 190. Hasn't won a race yet this weekend. Wow, Catil was on the curb big time through turn number 6. And Tom O'Gorman already climbing up again. We knew he was going to be aggressive, but I think he's got 4 or 5 spots so far.
Right, and we see Catil already, he's already putting pressure on Luke McGrew there to get around him. But this track going side by side, if you're side by side on this track, you're losing pace to the people in front. I think Luke probably just conceded the position so they didn't lose touch with the back in front of them.
Tomo side by side with the 99 RSX, Jeremy Boysen. They're still door-to-door through turn number 8. Now he's clear and free of the number 99 RSX. There he is in that bright yellow car. Falcon on the side. He's got Falcons on the tires as well, and he climbs the hill over Deception towards the back side of the race course. Professional racer. He's won 4 times in IMSA's Michelin Pilot Challenge. He's a 2-time winner in Pirelli World Challenge. He's really good and in a very capable car this weekend. He's climbing forward.
Yeah, we see 2 wide going into turn 15. Somebody was alongside of Eric Catil. I believe that was Luke McGrew, so those two still haven't figured it out. This is the view right out of turn 13, I believe.
Now they're running towards turns 15 and 16, one of the fastest portions on the racetrack, heading towards sinkhole. Again, very single file through there, and you sort of have to follow the leader until you can build a run onto the front straightaway. But look at the purple Corvette. It is a 15-car length lead as they climb out of the sinkhole now, and we have a caution flag on the racetrack. Looks like it is a full course yellow, and that is for Wes Penn over on the backside of the racetrack. I don't think he's hit anything, but he's stuck in a bad spot. So that actually, is that tire bundle that was placed? There's the full course, pace car is out, race is halted. I think that's where the tire bundle was from the car that crashed in Time Attack earlier. So same spot, I believe that's over in turn 8.
So if Jeremy, man, I really wish I knew what tires Jeremy was on right now, because if he's on street tires, they're still racing back here.
Shouldn't be, it's full course caution.
Full course caution. But if Jeremy is on the street tires right now, this is a blessing. He gets to cool him back down, and basically in his mind. Oh
no, that's Scott Robertson in the tire bundles. And is he missing the rear wing on that car?
Yeah, he probably cartwheeled a little bit.
Oh man. And there's another car, that's Scott Bowling. So 2 cars involved here, and potentially 3. We saw Wes Penn on. This could be 2 separate.
Toward the bottom of the screen as well, so that they're.
Is this over in turns 15?
This is 15, yeah. 15,
oh, that's a fast spot.
Yeah, 15's the easiest place to wreck a race car for sure.
Yeah, so again, waiting on the word of the drivers. Again, everything looks okay. It's again, that's a fast spot, but the tire bundles there are pretty soft to hit compared to Armco or concrete, so that's good. But again, Scott Bowling and the Porsche came, and that car was wrecked back at Road America last fall. They rebuilt it. Wes Penn is off in a cutout area, so he's been able to move that car.
So probably just some reliabilities. I don't think he...
Right. He had issues in qualifying as well, but
yeah,
again,
maybe,
Scott Robertson...
Maybe some gremlins still.
And I got a feel for Scott Robertson because if those at home that don't know, Scott drives this car to every event with a trailer with the tires on it. He drives this race car across the country to every Gridlife event, and he's only missed one event out of the 3 years we've been doing this. But I'm trying to see the damage on this car. The wing is definitely missing. The right rear's got a little bit of damage
I'm wondering
as well.
if he went backwards into the tires and then it flipped around. I'm trying to look at the skid marks on the road, kind of try to forensic my way into exactly what happened.
Yeah, so of course the NCM Motorsports Park safety team will be attending to them very shortly. We'll get you an update when we have one. And again, this is why, you know, one of our partners this year is Momo Safety DJ, and this is why we always talk about not skimping on safety equipment, because in a situation like this corner, you're nearing triple digits at this corner entry.
In a GLTC car, you're well over 100
right.
miles,
So this is not a good spot to have an incident, and it's always good that when you build a race car, the first thing you should be worried about is how do I keep myself safe in this car? Make sure that your roll cage is built to spec. Make sure you've got all the safety parts and pieces, all the equipment. Drivers are wearing full fire suits, all the way down to their underwear, fire suit, everything. And of course, the safety involved in these race cars. These cars are built to a very high standard, one of the highest standards in grassroots racing. But thankfully, it looks like while the impact might have been at a reasonably significant speed, the track design here at NCM Motorsports Park,
it looks like the tire wall did its job. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully they can get this cleaned up so we can enjoy some more racing. Let's see who made up some spots right now. So far we got Eric Catiel's up 2 spots. Jeremy Swenson's up 1 spot into the lead. Andrew Raines made up 2 spots, and Tom McGorman's up 4. And then toward the back we have Freddie Asankeo. He's made up probably the most spots. Nope, Bill Griffin made up the most spots. 7 spots for Bill Griffin. He's still a hard charger in those first 2 opening laps there.
We are hearing that drivers are out of the car, and they will be definitely checked over, make sure that they've got no aches or bruises or anything of the sort. But you see Scott climbing out there.
Is there fluid coming out of the front of that thing?
Might be.
Looks like it, right?
It could also be water. It did rain here the other day.
Oh,
so they
you know what? You hit tires, they're just going to explode with water.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're under our full course caution here in Gridlife Touring Cup race number 3, and the cars are skipping the sinkhole portion here, and they're pulling down the pit lane area. And I wonder what the situation's going to be here. We'll get an update as soon as we know. We will let you know.
They're probably not circulating the cars. They're probably bringing that giant forklift thing out on the track to help set the tires quicker. And I agree with the decision of pulling the cars in. So. That's not a thing. Also, some cars have issues rolling around slowly behind the pace car with temperatures. For some reason, they're more comfortable just sitting there in grid. But yeah, as we're bringing these drivers in, just to chill a little bit. Again, if this goes green again, huge win for Jeremy Swenson if he's on those. I mean, even if he's on Hoosiers, he's still going to be working the tires harder than the other drivers, just due to the power to weight ratio that balances out here in GLTC.
Who's number 1 right now? It's Jeremy Swenson. So here's the thing. This is basically split race 3 into 2 7-minute races. Jeremy Swenson didn't get past until minute 12 in race 2 earlier today. This plays square into Jeremy Swenson's hands.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This is Jeremy Swenson's race to lose right now. But Andy Smedgard was saying he was just waiting. I like how it's crabbing like it's an iRacing.
Don't take me out, coach. I can still race.
So Andy Smedgard said that he was just kind of waiting for Jeremy's tires to fall off, and so when he started to pressure him, he knew that like the time was coming up soon, right? Andy now has to change his game plan. He knows it's just going to be a couple laps left, so we might just see instead of waiting for his tires to fall off, we might just see Andy just pulling all the gloves off And this might be just an incredibly exciting scrap. But you can't count out third place Aaron Lichty sitting behind. The guy's been racing race cars for like 15 years now.
He's had that car longer than I've been alive.
Yeah,
that's a true fact.
That was his first race car. It started off as Spec Miata, moved to some other classes, moved to a different class. It came to GLTC, then it got a K24 in it. The car's just seen all sorts of different lives. But I think it's been a race car for over 20 years.
Longer than I've been alive, that's for sure. It's been Aaron's for longer than that too, which sort of makes me look really young. And Aaron's not an old guy by any stretch of the imagination.
No, Aaron's just been doing this forever.
Yeah, I think he's been doing it since he was a toddler.
Probably,
he's been winning since he was a toddler, that's for sure. 17 wins in his GLTC career. Compare that to 15 for Eric Catil, so it's a pretty heavy battle between those two. I think 9 wins last year for Aaron Lichty and 8 for Catil, so they're going head to head. So far this year, Eric only has 2 wins on his record, 1 at NOLA and 1 at COTA, and Aaron has 3 on his record, all at COTA. So far, Lichty is doing a little bit better in the points, and just to touch you up on points. Not updated this weekend so far, but again, the points leader coming into the weekend was Luke McGrew. Eric Meadows was second, but Eric has had a tough weekend this weekend. Some struggles, a spin yesterday with a little bit of contact. He is going to probably tumble down a little bit. Jeremy Boysen as well. Dyson Pham is not here, but Aaron Lichty will probably be close to second place in the points after this weekend.
You think Luke McGrew's still going to be on top?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Luke's not running the way the points scale here, DJ, is
it rewards wins.
It rewards wins a lot, and Aaron hasn't won anything this weekend, and neither has Luke. So they're going to be pretty close, I think, in overall points scored. They came in with about a 25-point gap between them. So unless Luke has a really bad rest of the day, I think Luke will still be leading coming out of this weekend.
If Andy sweeps the weekend, that's going to be huge for his points contention at the end of the year, because with the drop races in play, if you have a dominant weekend, nobody can take that away from you.
Right.
Those points are going to stay.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing about that is Ronnie Solomon is the driver that had all the points from NOLA Motorsports Park. The yellow car that Ronnie was racing earlier this weekend was the car that Andy and Ronnie used to share. Ronnie did have a issue with third or fourth gear today, so I don't think that car's out there racing right now. But again, the ASM car that Andy's racing is a brand new build, and it's already proven to be very competitive and a legitimate title threat, especially when Aaron Lichty and I don't say Aaron Lichty has had a rough start to the season, but Eric certainly has. Eric has just been at a couple more rounds.
Yeah, Eric's really thankful for the drop rounds, and I know Eric has a very busy season planned. He's making basically every race.
And let's be clear that the points you get a certain amount of drop races based on how many rounds exist throughout the year, right? So last year I think we had 6 drop races, and the drop races changed the championship outcome by a 4-point swing. So Eric Catil went into Gingerman, came out the other side, was 4 points behind Aaron just in raw points value. But when the drop races were accounted for, that lead flipped to Eric Catil leading the points. So they matter. Every race matters, especially for those two who will make the majority of the season.
If you're having a dominant weekend, it's just really important to just keep the domination up. It's more pressure to not make any mistakes. All right, we're dropping in the sinkhole here, so we should start seeing them pairing up and bunching up.
Single file restarts here in Gridlife Touring Cup, and you cannot go until the green flag flies. Once it's green, fair game, the entire racetrack's good to go. You can pass before the start-finish line and everywhere else after until that checkered flag falls. Adam Jabay up in the flag stand. Jeremy Swenson leads. Look at Andy Smedgard right in the tailpipes of Swenson as they come out of turn 23. Aaron Lichty leaving a bit of a gap.
Yeah, he's leaving a bit of a gap. He's looking a little cheeky. You see him rolling up on Andy Smedgard there, trying to have that 2 to 3 mile an hour advantage as a screen flag, but the starter probably knows better. He's going to wait till he's right on the bumper to throw it.
Here we go, and a restart here in Gridlife Touring Cup at NCM Motorsports Park. Green flag flies, everybody fans out immediately. The run down to turn 1, race resumes here in race number 3. Up the inside, Rob Manicherry, 3 wide to the background.
All right, still single file. Luke McGrew running wide out of turn 1. Tom O'Gorman making moves on the outside into turn 1.
That was John Allen that went a little bit wide. Emil Tab is through. He just got by Eric Catil down in turn number 2. He shuffles on through. John Allen running 4th right now.
Yep, John Allen. I think that's where he started the race, but he's going to have a mirror full of Eric Coutil. Once Eric Coutil gets past Emil here, it's Eric's really aggressive, and I feel like that's hard to race against, especially when he's filling up your mirror.
Here he comes.
We'll see how Emil deals with it.
Door open on the inside. Coutil's going to try to get down there. He does. Climbs the curb in turn number 6. Behind them, there's a handful of drivers watching. Luke McGrew, and side by side behind the 33 of John Allen, and it's Coutil and the 14 of Tab, but he's got drivers left and is going to try to go back by.
It's hard offline there, and so Emil's going to have the inside on the hairpin here, but then Eric will have the inside for Deception. Too wide. Luke McGrew trying to find his way into this battle. Still too wide. They're losing time to in front. Eric being forced to run wide. Still too wide. Heading up toward Deception. Emil, I think Emil lifted out of that because you don't want to go too wide in Deception because then you're under attack from Luke McGrew behind. So very heads up from Emil and very aggressive and gutsy from Eric Coutil.
Saw a little bit of a burble of smoke out of the Eric Coutil machine. I think that was tire lockup on the Hybrid Racing EG down into the Titan Twisties down there. Behind them there's a battle for position. I think that's Todd Cayley and Andrew Rains going for a bit of a fight off into turn 15 and 16. There's Cayley on the outside and Rains on the inside there to Rob Manicherry. And here comes Tom O'Gorman from 17th on the starting grid. He's side by side here heading into sync.
Tom doesn't need an invitation to join that party.
Making
it 3 wide. Does Rains know? Tom backs out, thinking better of. He still has overlap as he heads toward the sinkhole here. There's no grip on the outside there. Does Tom make it work?
He almost had it. He had to slip just a little bit. Now onto the front straightaway though. That new K-swapped S2000 is going to be a rocket ship now in the slipstream here as they climb down the front straightaway. Turn 23, 9 minutes and 30 seconds complete across the line. Swenson leads, but Tomo side by side with Andrew Rains.
I don't know if he has overlap, but he definitely presented himself. He definitely does have overlap. So Tom a little faster, leaving the S's, set himself up for a run past Andrew Rains. Great job, but now Andrew Rains feeling the pressure.
Robin and Jerry, woo, that's tight.
He's getting
the exit.
He's going to have the inside if he got a good exit off the corner. He still has a little overlap. Decides to file in, which is bunching up everybody behind. Jeremy Boysen finding himself up from quite a few spots.
Yeah, Boysen also climbing up the order. Manicherry is right on Andrew Rains as well. This is getting real tight behind that 719 car. Rob Manicherry is going to go to driver's left, and Austin Hurdle joining the party now in the 370Z.
Up front, we have Jeremy Swenson second faster, but the battle's still back here with Rob Manicherry and Rains going around the outside of 5. That is gutsy. A lot of trust from their fellow drivers. Austin Hurdle chunking up the curb on turn 6 there. Are they going to figure this out before turn 8? Boysen presenting himself there. This is a very tricky situation. Early turn in for Boysen, leaving Austin Hurdle not a lot of room. They do a great job. I think he just jumped over the grass.
Is flying right now up to Todd Cayley. This is a battle for 8th. Remember where Tom started? 17th. He started the day in 34th place. This is unbelievable for a driver we know is good, but this is an incredible drive through the field, and he continues that charge forward. There's Coutil behind him. I think, is that John Allen that he's gotten through? Yeah, probably got past for 4th, and Emil Tab now on the tailpipes.
So Coutil going to be trying to hunt down Aaron Lichty. Tom O'Gorman, I think, is side by side with Todd Cayley going into 15, one of the most difficult corners on this racetrack.
And we'll see if that bright yellow car gets by the Dayglow yellow one.
I believe he is heading into turn 16 yet. So turn 16, Tom has gotten past Todd Cayley. Eric Coutil has his sights now on Aaron Lichty. Aaron Lichty has his sights on Andy Smedgaard. He's probably not even looking back at Eric.
Where are the leaders at, though? It's 1 second was the gap as they came across the line last time through, and we could be getting a white flag at any moment. Now onto the front straightaway. Here we go. White flag one more time around NCM Motorsports Park in GLTC Race 3. Andy Smedgaard, who's swept the weekend so far,
he's there.
Has a full second to gain this lap to win this race.
He was only a 10th faster in that last lap, so Swenson still holding that second advantage he had on the opening lap of the race. Smedgaard not even...
Ooh, that's really wide. I don't know, DJ. That you cannot go wide at the exit of turn 1B. Only turn 1A is fair for track limits advantage. So that could draw a penalty.
How are they policing that?
Two tires need to remain on the
curb. If you get an advantage, how are they judging
you
if
cannot,
or if it's just off?
Unless you're avoiding a crash, you cannot go 4 tires over the white line or the curb except for turn 1A. So that may draw a penalty, but right now he continues to run in second. That was a little cheeky though. He's testing the system right now.
Yeah, he definitely is. That's a racer for you.
Right. If they don't penalize that, Bet 100% he'll do that in race 4.
Yeah,
he's a smart guy.
I think Swenson's gone here. I don't see Smedgaard getting him. That second gap that Swenson came.
I don't know. He's getting close. 5 car lengths, 4 car lengths through the uphill section here. I don't think it's over yet.
I mean, I hope it's not. I'd like to see a scrap for the very top spot. Now, Swenson has told me that Andy's car is faster in the second half of the racetrack.
Oh, big slide.
Oh, huge slide from Swenson, barely keeping it within track limits there.
Jeremy
up
Swenson.
Through deception. He's going
ragging.
all out, dude. He wants to win so bad.
He's wide too at the exit of deception there. Smedgaard is closing. Jeremy Swenson has never won a race in GLTC. This is only his second event weekend. He's been fighting issues every single race. How much would it mean to him to get a race here and beat a guy like Andy Smedgaard?
Yeah, I mean, right now these two are the class of the field right now, and to win a race when you have somebody that looks as dominant as Smedgaard has this entire weekend would mean a lot for Jeremy Swenson.
Here we come. This
It'd
is
mean
where
a lot
Smedgaard
for his
got it
program
done
as well.
This is where Smedgaard got it done last time. Swenson's a little bit wide. Smedgaard closes the gap. 1 car length now as they come on through. Jumps the curb through sinkhole. He's right there as they sweep on through. Can Swenson get the power down? He slides. Here comes the ASM car of Andy Smedgaard.
There was
right
nowhere
to the
to
rear
go.
bumper.
There was nowhere to go. All right, so Swenson's going to have the power
slips.
here.
Shift.
Uh-oh.
Here he comes. It's not over yet,
geez.
DJ. Through turn 23. Nose to tail.
insane.
Now drag race back to the stripe. Corvette power for the first time ever. Jeremy Swenson hangs on and wins GLTC race number 3 from NCM Motorsports Park. What a battle between
And
those
we
front
can
two.
see his hand hanging out the window. He's already celebrating.
And Tyler Gorman, look at him drive up the field. He finished 6th. Unbelievable. 11 spots in that race. Wow.
I cannot. I think he ran the fastest lap of the race as well with that 13.9.
Smedgaard beat him by 2/10 in that
Gotcha.
regard. But man, what a race. Here's a battle back to the stripe between Meadows and the 9 Lives car of Joel Morrison, who ended up fixing that car up. And they just finished nose to tail by 1/10.5 of a second. What a bet. It's not over till it's over, DJ. You got to let him race back.
I forgot that Swenson was battling a transmission that wasn't working properly.
Wow, still drag racing back to the stripe here towards the tail of the field. What an absolute banger of a race. Look at them 3 wide back here having a blast. I don't care if you're first.
You know,
I don't care if you're 31st.
Swenson got pretty lucky that he had issues shifting in like literally the only place of the track that you can't pass anybody because Smedgaard was there. I'm looking forward to this inverted race. It's going to be fun to watch Smedgaard and Swenson move through the pack.
So let's talk about that for a second. So what happens now is we've done our race 3 race, right? So we take our finishing order, and Renee Hines up there in the booth, she has already made a decision, we don't know yet, of how many cars are going to get the invert. All right, so it could be anywhere from 4th of Eric Cattell all the way down to 20th, which would be Bo Adams. Anybody in that gap could be the pole sitter for race 4, and everybody would get flipped and inverted that way. It'll likely be anywhere between 6 and 12. It does tend to be where it flips around, but anywhere between 4 and 20. So as Jeremy Swenson could start as far back as 20th or as close to the front as 4th. So we're not exactly sure where it's going to be yet. You'll have to tune in later for race number 4. The schedule's a little bit off, so head to grid.life/schedules to stay in tune with what time race 4 is going to be. It'll be in about 2 hours time. But I am so excited because that was an absolute fantastic race. Split in the middle with an incident, but now it's over here, DJ, and all we can do is think about what's next.
Yeah, I mean, great job from Swenson grabbing his first win. The monkey's off his back now. It's just he's in an exclusive club for sure. Yeah, congrats to Swenson. That was one heck of a drive. Way to keep your composure as you're getting hounded in that last lap from Andy. Yeah, just hats off to Swenson. That was a great drive from him.
A really great drive by Jeremy Swenson, and that is going to complete Gridlife Touring Cup race number 3 from NCM Motorsports Park here at Gridlife Grand Circuit. And a big thanks to all the partners and people that make this possible. Again, we've got a whole bunch of them with us this season. Big thanks to FCP Euro. Every part you buy is guaranteed for life. Falcon Tires, competition-proven performance. Momo, the official safety partner of Gridlife. Hawk Brakes, race-proven, street-legal. And Valvoline VR1, available at Advanced Auto Parts stores. Kyle Hire alongside DJ Alessandrini. We're going to see you again for race number 4 later this afternoon. Thanks so much for watching. Bowling Green, Kentucky, a beautiful day. We'll see you later for the final race of the weekend.